We are back with you. It's in the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. You can tweet us at SoMore Radio. That's at SoMore Radio. You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/SoMore Radio. That's facebook.com/SoMore Radio. And we must say, we like to thank over 1,700 individuals have liked our Facebook page on the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience. Over 1,700 people liked our Facebook page. We want to say thank you so much for liking our Facebook page. And if you haven't liked our Facebook page, please go to our Facebook page and like our Facebook page. We always give you different news stories there on our Facebook page. We give you a quote every day on our Facebook page. We always give you informative information on our Facebook page. Let's go over to sports. The Columbia High School boys varsity lacrosse team won 3 straight games last week to improve to a 3-1 record. So Columbia High School lacrosse team is off to an excellent start. And let's go over to the South Orange Juice. Seton Hall to induct 1988-89 Final Four team into the Hall of Fame. Seton Hall University announced that they will be inducting the 1988-89 men's basketball team that reached the national title games in Seton Hall's Hall of Fame. The announcement was made via athletic director Pat Lyons' April's newsletter. The ceremony will take place on June the 18th in the Walsh Gym at Seton Hall Annual Hall of Fame dinner and will feature then head coach P.J. Calissimo and his band of Pirates. A few days ago marked the 25th anniversary of Seton Hall lost to Michigan in the 89 title game, in which they were infamously edged 80-79 by the Wolverines and an official named John Cloredy. Remember that? Oh man, that was such a great experience for many of us alumni of Seton Hall. And here's some sad news to report. Newark Bears to hold liquidation sale auction. The now defunct professional baseball franchise is selling everything from the team's uniform and equipment to landscaping supplies and office furniture, the organization announced. Even the 56-passenger team bus is up for grabs. In November, the Can-Am League announced the Bears wouldn't be returning, while co-owner Danielle Dronett said at the time she was pretty positive the team will take the field in some capacity. League Commissioner Miles Wolff said he was told by the team owners that they will not field the team. The commissioner proved to be right. So it's a done deal for the Newark Bears. And here's this story we have to report for you. High school legend writes fake college rejection letter to ask girlfriend to prom. This is very creative. A Pennsylvania high school girl, Caitlin, recently received in the mail a letter from the University of South Carolina informing her that she wouldn't be attending the school in the fall. Her grades had started to suck, the letter basically said, and USC doesn't accept slackers. But let's go to an audio of that to really find out how creative this person was regarding this rejection letter. Let's take a listen.
Here's something that could have ignited an argument between a couple. It all starts with a letter a high school student named Caitlin received in the mail. She had just been accepted to the University of South Carolina, but then she got this note on school letterhead. Unfortunately, it is clear that your grades are not what they were when we accepted you. Basically, the letter revokes her admission, and then buried in the last paragraph is this offer. If you were to just agree to go to prom with your boyfriend, we could reconsider. The whole letter was a prank, a creative proposal proposal designed by Caitlin's boyfriend, Dylan. We're guessing she said yes. She tweeted out that letter and said thanks to her boyfriend for a good scare.
Yeah, on the school's letterhead?
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
Crazy.
He had it all down.
And we want to wish Dylan the best. He's still in the emergency room.
That's going horribly wrong.
What a great way to send your girlfriend a request letter to take her to the prom. And she actually tweeted back to him. She tweeted to him, "Oh my God, Dylan, thank you for the heart attack." So I guess she is going to the prom with Dylan. And you know, we do it here in the Village with Anselm, the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience every Friday. We give you West Wing Week. It's basically a summary of what happened at the White House. Let's go directly to West Wing Week.
My name is Lily Ledbetter, and welcome to West Wing Week.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and beyond. This week, the president marked Equal Pay Day by signing 2 executive orders to help level the playing field for women. Pushed for better access to skills-based high school training. Hosted the Prime Minister of Tunisia, and traveled with the First Lady to the memorial at Fort Hood, and then on to Austin to honor the 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act. That's April 4th to April 10th, or Love Never Ends. On Friday, the president held a bilateral meeting at the White House with the Prime Minister of Tunisia to discuss a range of issues, including international investment in Tunisia that is critical to that nation's growth. At the very end, the Prime Minister switched to English to drive home his point.
Just believe in it, just take the risk, invest in it.
I would do my statement in French also. But my 7th grade French isn't quite up to it.
On a rainy Monday morning, the president traveled to Bladensburg High School in Prince George's County, Maryland, where he highlighted the school's successful Health and Biosciences Academy, one of the recipients of the New Youth Career Connect grants. He also got to spend some time revisiting high school microbiology.
I'm not going to catch anything getting too close, am I? Saquon, how'd you end up being the only guy on this day?
After class, the president hosted members of the VFW leadership in the Oval Office, met with presidential ambassadors for global entrepreneurship, and then spoke at the swearing-in for the new Small Business Administrator, Maria Contreras-Sweet.
Ladies.
Tuesday was Equal Pay Day across the country, and the president took action to ensure equal pay for women, signing 2 executive orders to hold federal contractors accountable for their efforts to address the gender pay gap.
Now we're here because today is Equal Pay Day. Equal Pay Day. And it's nice to have a day, but it's even better to have equal pay. And our job's not finished yet.
Let me tell you about what we're doing here. This dog is Chopper, and this is a Navy SEAL. And this is his dog. This dog saved his life in battle, and these military dogs, they not only save lives on the battlefield, they help heal lives when they come home.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President, and thanks to Trevor and Chopper for helping develop the Navy SEAL's first canine combat unit.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Chopper. Hey, C name as well. He saved my life in the battlefield and actually introduced me to my wife as well.
And they know what you're feeling, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They know what you're feeling.
On Wednesday, the President and First Lady embarked on a 2-day trip to the Lone Star State, traveling first to Fort Hood for a memorial ceremony honoring victims of last week's tragic shooting. On Thursday, the President and First Lady traveled to Austin, where they attended a civil rights summit to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Civil Rights Act. The event was hosted by the LBJ Presidential Library, and while they were there, the President and First Lady got a tour of an exhibit describing President Johnson's role in the civil rights movement.
Because of the civil rights movement, because of the laws President Johnson signed, new doors of opportunity and education swung open for everybody. Not all at once, but they swung open. Not just blacks and whites, but also women and Latinos and Asians and Native Americans and gay Americans and Americans with a disability. They swung open for you, and they swung open for me. And that's why I'm standing here today, because of those efforts, because of that legacy.
So remember, you can find out more information about any of these topics and see complete videos of these events at whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
She wrote me a letter saying, you just keep on trucking. I will with folks like you.
When the going gets tough,
you got to keep on trucking. Absolutely. Right. Well, we're grateful to you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The special every Friday night here in the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience called West Wing Week. We bring that to you every Friday. What a summary of things that happened at the White House. And as you know, we always ask you to submit your quotes of the day, and we'll read the best quote here in the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience. And what is the Soma quote of the day? Don't listen to anyone who tells you that you can't do this or that. That's nonsense. Make up your mind you'll never use crutches or a stick. Then have a go at everything. Go to school, join in all the games you can. Go anywhere you want to, but never, never let them persuade you that things are too difficult or impossible. Let me read that again. Don't listen to anyone who tells you that you can't do this or that. That's nonsense. Make up your mind you'll never use crutches or a stick. Then have a go at everything. Go to school, join in all the games you can. Go anywhere you want to, but never let them persuade you that things are too difficult or impossible. And that is the Somo quote of the day. And also, we just received in our inbox for immediate release a press release by the South Orange Maple parents of students of African Descent Workshop. The release states, President George W. Bush is right. The racial achievement gap is a national scandal and local reality in South Orange, Maplewood. In his remarks yesterday at the commemoration of the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Acts of 1964 at the LBJ Presidential Library, former President George W. Bush declared the achievement gaps between black and white students in America a national scandal. The former president deemed education as the civil rights issue of the modern era. We concur. Former President Bush called upon both political parties to take action to close the achievement gap and challenged leaders to cease having low expectations for black and low-income students. Mr. Bush said, "There's a growing temptation among public officials in both political parties at the federal, state, and local levels to lower expectations." He further noted, without meaningful accountability, it is poor and minority children who suffer the most. The goal of ending achievement gaps should unite Republicans and Democrats. It should unite teachers and parents. The South Orange Maplewood parents of students of African Descent Workshop wholeheartedly agrees with the spirit and intent of the former president's remarks. It is precisely the environment we are fighting in the South Orange Maple Public School District, where education leaders have consigned black children to the educational scrap heap. Our district is part of the national scandal alluded to by former President Bush and is shamefully harboring low expectation of black children in South Orange and Maplewood that yields racial disparities in student discipline, access to advanced level courses in Columbia High School, and a systematic bias against black boys. Contrary to the facade of racial diversity, the South Orange Public School District is segregated by race, not by law, but by practice. In a number of areas, the South Orange Maple school system have been scandalous in its treatment of black children. And they give you some charts with regards to advanced placement, out-of-school suspensions, in-school suspensions. The South Orange Maple School District recently signed a consent decree due to its